All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Strange Planet Podcast. More news with the Donald Trump man, as always, this week. Question really is, what is he not fucking up at this point? But I wanted to bring one quick thing up before we get to the premise of the episode here. And that's just like, people need to realize if you haven't yet. I mean, I think some people are starting to wake up, but collectively, the outcome could be better. Never listen to what that douchebag says. You have to watch what he does. Now, remember, he said, I'm not going to tear down the east wing of the White House. And then what does he go and do? Tear down the east wing of the White House. You know what I mean? And then he says he's all for freedom of speech. But then when you speak against him, what does he do? Try to silence you, kick you out, you know what I mean? Or get you terminated. You know what I mean? You have to see the bullshit because he's going to say what you want to hear, but then do the exact opposite every time. He hasn't proved me wrong once yet on that. But to get to the meat of the message of this one, at least, we're going to get to the Epstein files, which we might be a little bit closer to seeing. Now, there's literally information pouring out by the day at this point, but unfortunately, not the full files. So the question I bring to the table to you guys and everybody listening is, do you think that we'll finally see these files in their entirety at some point in the near future?
In their entirety?
There you
go.
Yeah, it's
did we forget that Trump locked 1,000 FBI agents in a building and told them to remove his name from the files, at least according to reports?
Right. That is a thing, right?
A lot of people.
That's probably verifiable. You can get FBI agents, to testify in front of Congress. If Republicans are interested in that. If not, we'll have to wait until the Democrats take control of the House again. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see more and more drip, drip, drip. Just like we saw prior to the shutdown and prior to the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Ugh.
If you guys remember, prior to the Charlie Kirk assassination, the Epstein files were the biggest story.
Mm-hmm.
And where we left off in that story was that Trump had signed his birthday book for Epstein, and it was a very young looking drawing of a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and her pubic hair was the signature of Donald Trump, and he denied it was his signature, except it looked like his signature from that time period. Other people came forward with letters signed by Trump, and his signature looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. No
And
surprise.
so he denied it, but then the signatures, started surfacing, and yeah, so that's where we left off. He was in hot water, and then all of a sudden Charlie Kirk died, and that distracted everyone,
Yep.
and then that came into the shutdown. So now that we're out of the shutdown, this drumbeat for the files, has resumed, and we're getting more and more leaks, more and more information about what was in those files, or at least in the files that Congress was in possession of. We now have support of some Republicans. Before, the Republicans were all about, let's release the Epstein files.
Right.
They, chanted that for years. And now that Trump's president and, implicated, they're not so interested in releasing the files, but yet some Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they are on board. And it's kind of pathetic how Trump tried to, he brought Boebert reportedly to the Situation Room for hours to try to
Yep.
convince her not to vote, uh, not to sign the petition to bring the Epstein files released to the floor of the House. She apparently ignored that overture, and yeah, we're gonna have a vote probably next week on it.
The funny thing
If
about
MAGA Mike doesn't
Yeah.
somehow throw a wrench into it.
Aga Mike
Right.
will fucking say it's illegal or some shit. You know,
The-
he actually has perfected the lying to the public because the way he does it
Yeah.
with such a straight face and like no moral compass in his heart at all. You just see it in his face. It's like, yeah, no such thing as the Epstein files, or oh, we can't give out those food stamp emergency funds because it's illegal, even though the courts are telling us that we have to and must give out these
Right.
funds,
It's illegal
but
not to.
we don't believe them, and we're gonna
Yeah, who
appeal that
decides what's
decision.
legal or not? It's not Congress.
Yeah, right.
They make the laws, but the Supreme Court and the judiciary interpret the laws. So
The judiciary. Ugh,
let's
another
all
fucking.
be let's all be real about one thing at this point. If he wasn't involved, he wouldn't be trying to get Bobert, you know what I mean, trying to
Yeah.
sway her away. So the
right,
bottom line is if he was
why is he
innocent,
so invested
exactly, because he
in
knows he's
keeping
guilty. That's what it is. He knows he's guilty. I know it, you know it, and he knows it. We all know it at this point. Because if he wasn't guilty, he would have released them.
but
This would
Do
have
you
been
know
over.
who
so
else
many
knows it?
people are trying to defend him.
Exactly.
You know who else knows
Yeah. Like it's so
Who?
obvious. Like,
And I want to jog Rock's memory. And you know who else knows it? Putin knows it.
yes, he does.
Ah, yes.
That's what he
yes.
has over him.
Yes.
That is probably the case.
Yep. He knows more than
yeah.
you think.
There was a post by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse from Rhode Island that suggested that, well, I mean, he read, I guess, emails indicating that Trump or Epstein had communicated with Lavrov, who is Putin's longtime ambassador, and yeah, so what was Epstein, and Epstein apparently was talking to Lavrov about Trump. And
God, I wish we had the data of that email.
so yeah, that's not good. So that whole Russia hoax
Yeah, it turns out to be very real.
may not be a hoax. We might actually know why Trump acted like a bitch in front of Trump, and I mean, why
In front of
Trump
Putin.
acted like a bitch in front of Putin, and called him so strong and so powerful.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Fucking balls.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like Putin as a leader. I mean, I don't dislike the Russian people. Russian people could be pretty cool, but Putin is. I don't even go into oligarchy with him, but like he had him by the balls. And I kind of just love that about that. He's just like, yeah, I got you by the balls, bitch. You got to even do what I do.
Basically, because that's what
That's
we're
how much.
looking
That's
at.
how much I hate Trump. That I would look at one of the political leaders I see as not so much an enemy of our country, but like an adversary, and be like, he's got our leader by the balls. I kind of like it.
Well, it's sad when it's true because that's kind of where it's
yeah.
at.
I'd rather have a leader of the country that wasn't compromised.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I would like. But
Maybe
here's the
didn't have
thing.
34 felony accounts.
We're stuck with this moron for the next 3 years, unless
Hopefully
we can capture
not,
the House and Senate, and then maybe try to impeach his ass. But then he'll probably fucking throw it into appeals for the next 20 years.
Right? And he'll be dead by the time it gets taken care of.
Yeah. He's going to die in that office. He wants to die in that office.
Well, you can't appeal impeachment.
He'll
but
find a way to throw
to
them
get
fucking money. You know the friggin'
well, to get a conviction, it's going to be damn near impossible because you have to have you have to have 2/3 of the Senate to convict. And
yeah, that's clearly not going to happen.
We've done it before, and it's never.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. We've never convicted a president after they were impeached.
No kidding.
True.
Well, if there was ever a time to do it,
Clinton was impeached. He was acquitted by the Senate.
Yep.
And
Trump was impeached twice, and the Senate
Trump was impeached. They acquitted him twice.
Yeah, this would be third time we're talking.
And Nixon quit before he could be acquitted.
right. And then there's one more, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. It was in the 1800s, though. It was right after the Civil War. Ooh, why am I drawing a
Not
blank?
Garfield, right?
Not Garfield. Um,
American history. Word subject.
Lincoln, after Lincoln, um, wasn't Grant. Yeah, there's a easy way to find that out, but
Yeah, you could.
usually I know this. I'm a history major, so
Right.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. It's
It
been a
happens
long week.
sometimes.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it happens
Yeah, you should
sometimes.
say that again.
Yeah, exactly. Christ. It feels like it's been already 3 years under this and
You
it's
know,
been
when I
barely
learned this,
one.
there were only two impeachments in history, and it was
Johnson.
Clinton, Johnson, Andrew Johnson. Yep. So thank you, Google. Yeah, like Andrew Johnson, narrowly escaped, conviction in the Senate. So, yeah, it doesn't happen often unless your name is Trump.
Yeah.
Uh, he's responsible for half of the presidential impeachments in this country, but it's really hard to get a conviction. So,
Right.
um, we'll see.
We should have fucking.
Depending on what Trump does this time, his actions are growing more and more bold, especially
Oh God.
in this administration
I
rather
feel
than
like
his
it's going
first term.
past bold and almost into like outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Real.
See,
he's
bold
acting
would
with
be hinting.
impunity.
Bold for me, bold would be hinting at stuff he's doing, like he used to do. Now he's just fucking flat out saying what he's gonna do, and it's just
Right.
like
And
people
whether
are
it
like,
breaks the law or
ah!
not. Yeah, like you don't care. Yeah, and it's like this is so like there's so much wrong happening and he's trying to normalize it and make it seem like this is regular.
All
You
right.
know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's
he's
not.
not even normalizing it. It's his defenders that are normalizing
Yeah, the
it.
Republican Party.
Yeah, he does
Pretty
what he
much.
does, and all his people help do the apologies for him.
Not
Yeah.
just the Republican Party, but the media as well.
Yeah, that's true. They could be
That's
doing
the
better
sad.
They
reporting.
like to complain about the liberal media, but really, what liberal media is there left?
Yeah,
Um,
What
really.
actual? Forget liberal media. What actual media is there now? There's no actual
there's
media. It's
social
all
media.
politically
Yeah.
fucking charged, and it's like, where are the truth tellers that would sit in bushes to wait to hear a juicy scoop about the newest mayor or police chief or fucking sex string happening in your town? No,
Nope.
no,
Yeah,
nope.
nope. Not anymore. You know?
How much money are you paying me to say what you want? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's going in the end. It's sad, but it's true. It really is. You can
This is
pay,
why
apparently you can pay for cover-ups and it's okay and it's not even frowned upon anymore. It's actually right open in the light anymore. Like like
I
I
have
can't
a
believe
prediction.
this.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
Trump had said it before, and I have a feeling before this presidency is over, he will openly shoot someone in the street.
And then he'll say he didn't do it.
No, he said that I
Yeah,
could go
Fifth Avenue.
shoot someone and no one could do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that was what the first
I
presidency.
don't know if that will happen,
I don't
but
think it will,
Uh,
but I wouldn't rule anything out with
well, all
him
right.
because he's a fucking
Let me let
criminal.
me let
You
me
know what I
kind of
mean?
set a scenario where it possibly could happen. Let's say this Epstein file thing blows up more than it is now because it's already a big deal. But let's say it starts to come out that he actually was on there, that which we all kind of know without knowing that he was. But let's assume
no,
for
but
now that he wasn't. And it
here
comes out
here's
that he
here's
was.
here's what I'm talking about though in terms of the media's defense. Megyn Kelly said, quote, about Epstein, he wasn't into like 8-year-olds.
I
There's a
just
difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
5-year-old. Imagine.
So this is what we're doing now. We are you
So yeah,
know,
the 5-year-old's not okay, but the 15-year-old it's okay. That's kind of what she's
right,
implying. And like,
right.
like
There's
really,
there's
this is
So
where we're
like
at in
so like yeah,
America.
it's bad, but it's not
It could be
that bad.
worse. Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be worse.
like this
Like, are
is
you
this
fucking
is
kidding
what
me?
this is what Trump, MAGA media does.
Yeah, but Megyn Kelly's
Well,
a stupid
they
bitch anyway. So
normalize abnormal and frankly disgusting things and
yeah,
disgusting behavior.
or they try to downplay it like it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Even though it's fucking horrible. Like, you know what I mean? That's what they do, and they're pretty good at it. And you were saying about
Well, they're
MAGA
good at
Mike,
it only because, people eat it up.
yeah, and they're dumb to fall for it, I guess too. But remember, you were saying about MAGA Mike being the robot. I'd put Caroline in that fucking in that bag too. Perfect liar, like the perfect liar. She'll go up there with a straight face, completely lie to you about everything that comes out of her mouth, and then somehow she'll walk away like, you know what I mean? It's just
Well,
the way it
she
is.
learns from her boss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. It really is. But I feel like we're not really gonna see anything until these files. Of course, like we said, there's gonna be leaks and more leaks of this coming out, and he's gonna try to do everything he can because he knows he's guilty. You know what I mean? So like until that happens, I feel like then maybe we can wake up as a country because like most of us, and there's like I said, there's some people that are seemingly waking up and smelling the coffee here, but not enough and not collectively enough to
No,
where it should be.
like Megyn Kelly and people like her are already prepping the MAGA public, to accept, potential wrongdoing with Trump and Epstein. She's already,
Trying to cushion it.
preparing. Yeah, she's already preparing, the sort of, you know, oh, well, it's bad, but it's not worth impeaching over.
Yeah,
Like,
right. But we impeached Bill Clinton
oh,
over a blowjob, but not this. Like, like you got to be shitting me, man. Like, but yeah, man, like it's just there's so much abnormality here, and like you were just saying, the worst part about it is there's people already trying to cover up what's not even fully out yet.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Like
This,
imagine
these are not just people who like Trump. These are actual zealots
my
who
real
will
thing
really
is
do whatever they can to cover up whatever mistakes he's done. It's crazy.
right, but I realized something else. Didn't if I'm not mistaken, didn't Prince Andrew wasn't he also involved with the whole Epstein thing, and
yeah,
then they
he
removed
was,
his title because of it?
yeah, he
Why don't
was
we do that?
allegedly in, well, I mean, we have a different system here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess theirs makes more
We
sense
don't
at
have
this
a
point.
monarchy where a king could be like, okay,
Well, they don't even have a monarchy. The monarch is a
they
symbol
do.
now.
Do
Right,
they
but
still really?
no, they still have a
But
monarchy,
but,
but
but
the
Parliament makes all the
monarchy,
decisions.
right, but the monarchy still has control over, titles and of
Oh, titles,
nobility.
fucking nothing at this point. But yeah, okay.
Right. I mean, no, but I'm saying that you're talking about him taking away Prince Andrew's title. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the
okay, okay,
monarchy has
okay.
control over that.
That they do have
Right,
control.
right.
I was about to say,
Uh,
like monarchy has control over fucking nothing. It's just they're figureheads, but they do have
But I
control
just
over
found
the
that
figurehead
interesting. Whether
status.
it was a monarchy or not, they actually removed the title because of his involvement with Epstein. You know what I mean? But us over here, we like to just, cushion it and try to bullshit our way out of it just
Well,
to,
you know what?
yeah, like it's
They're most of the Republicans are at the point where even if they do realize that they fucked up and went with the wrong person, they're already so far in deep. They're like elbow deep in already. It's just like, well, if I reach a little more, I can pull the baby out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they're
yeah,
already in there, and it's just like it would be more work for them to backpedal and try to get out of this
right.
situation than to fucking go full force and just make sure nothing is in the way of it.
Or they're
It's
already
gonna get
too
scary before it gets better.
morally they're already too morally gone
Yeah.
to recognize how depraved their support of Trump is. I
Hmm.
mean,
I mean, good. I was gonna say
like
look at the
how
religious belief term.
like how are they, calling the release the calls for release of the Epstein files like a witch hunt, and
Right?
like they were calling for them before, but now they're not. Like they're so silent on it now. It's hilarious
It's
because,
hypocrisy at its finest.
before Trump was reelected, there was nothing but calls for the Epstein files because they thought, Democrats like Bill Clinton would be in it. Well, Bill Clinton was in the Epstein files, but or at least the congressional records of the Epstein files that have been released. But one of the emails that Epstein sent kind of exonerated Clinton. It said that he never went to the island.
There you go.
Um, and, he was on the flight logs, but that just shows he, used his private jet.
Yeah, doesn't mean he'd been to
Um,
the island, clearly
Maybe he should not have been, friends with
implicated.
him
Yeah,
or whatever. But then again, Donald Trump was friends with him.
right.
So like, and he's been on his plane, and Epstein's been to Mar-a-Lago. He stole girls from Mar-a-Lago, and you know, according to Epstein, Trump's been over to Epstein's house, and um, you know, one of the emails says that he was so focused on the girls in their bikinis that he walked face first into a glass door. Um, that sounds like something that Trump would do.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about
Um,
right.
he walked in on teenage girls at the Miss Teen USA pageant into their dressing room.
Imagine that.
Um, you know, he has a history of these things, and
You
yeah,
can't
I
ignore it.
mean, it's starting to catch up with him.
Mm,
And why this like resistance to releasing files about a horrible person and whoever you know benefited from his network of underage girls. um you know that needs to come out, that needs to be public. And if we don't uh you know release that, then there are people who are probably very rich and in positions of power who would do these things.
right.
And we need to know that, because their morals are fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, their
And yeah,
morals are
right.
fucked, and they should not be making decisions that affect the American people. They
Yep.
really shouldn't. Like that, people with those kind of morals should not be um, in power at all.
Period. Yeah, like bottom line. And that's all we got for today, everyone. Strange Planet Podcast will have new episodes every Friday on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.